a very happy Wellbeing Wednesday to you. How is everybody doing? Oh gosh, just made it back. I've just been up in Cheshire, you might have seen on my Instagram, talking last night at a really great Women's Health Club event all about menopause and midlife and so much chit chat. So if you haven't seen that, go to Earle Me and look at my stories, because I've actually filmed various clips from the evening with people who were saying such brilliant things. But anyway, today we are going to be joined by one of my favourite friends in the personal training world, talking also such great things, particularly for midlife women, talking about fitness. We're talking about protein particularly, and the importance of protein as we age, helping to prevent sarcopenia, loss of muscle, improve skin tone, shape up, tone up, but easily, okay? No stress, maybe a tiny bit of sweat, but definitely no stress. So Zana Morris is going to be with us in the house very soon. But before I add her, I am going to get going with Lainey as a moderator here. Lainey, you probably know, is one of my team here at Earle Wellbeing, and she'll be online. So if you've got any questions about the website, the podcasts, the magazines, subscriptions, articles, links, all of that stuff, then Lainey will be able to hop on. But now let us see whether the wonderful Zana is here. I haven't seen Zana in real life for connected actually decades ago, because she's been around a while focusing on midlife women. So she is so knowledgeable, particularly when it comes to effective ways to lose weight, weight management, health gain, shaping up, the kind of exercises that really make a difference, that really matter to us. So Zana, I have requested that you're here. Let's just see if I can do that again. Otherwise, I might just switch my connection. We'll see. Now, I will keep an eye on the comments just to make sure that those are all kind of coming in nicely. Yeah, what I'm going to do now is see. Yep. Hopefully I am back with you. Hello, nice to see you. Thanks for all your waves, for all your hearts. Here we go. Accept. And hopefully that will work. It says you're unable to join. Okay, so Zana, what you might need to do potentially is log out and log back in again. Honestly, Instagram sometimes has a mind of its own, doesn't it? Meanwhile, just to say a quick recap on my live that I did yesterday, 2 in a row, because actually I'm speaking at an event tomorrow, so I can't do my live, was with By Sarah London. They've been so busy. I actually spoke to Sarah Morrill this morning, and she said that it's all absolutely flying because they've given us 20% off their website. So that's By Sarah London. We were talking about specifically the oil to milk cleanser, which I'm really impressed with, and her lovely backstory of how she really developed this range without any essential oils or synthetic fragrances to support her own sister Lauren's sensitive skin when she was going through very aggressive cancer treatment, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, actual stem cell transplants, and her skin literally fell apart and she couldn't tolerate normal skincare. So if you haven't seen that, it will be saved on this feed, so do please go and have a little look. BySarahLondon.com, 20% off everything. If your skin is struggling, eczema, rosacea, stressed skin, you just fancy something really nourishing and calming, then I highly recommend it. It's a genuine Liz loves. Okay, so let us see. Hopefully this might work. It doesn't seem to want to. Zana, do you want to try? Oh, hang on. No, I got you.
Oh, my Lord.
Honestly, these things, talk about cortisol spikes.
The Wi-Fi, which was working perfectly, just all dropped.
Oh, of course it did.
Just as
Of course
I was
it did.
So now I'm on 4G. I'm here.
You're here and I'm on Wi-Fi, so that's all cool. Now, you've joined me here before, and I mean, I just love our conversations because you're a big advocate of high fat, to lose fat.
Yes.
So that's a very interesting conversation. You've got a brilliant book called The High Fat Diet. Is that still available for people if they want
Still
to buy it?
available. It is indeed. You'll get it on Amazon. Yes.
Good. It's a really good one. It's a little book, it's inexpensive, and it's just brilliant. It actually talks my language totally. Do you want to talk a little bit about your background, just so that people know kind of where you're coming from and your genuine authority on this subject?
Perfect. Yes, we're delighted. So originally I trained as a nutritionist. I also trained in yoga way back in the very early days. Ran health stores in Ireland for a little while. And then from there, after a bit of traveling, trained up as a trainer as well in my early 20s. In my early 30s, I opened up, well, it ended up being 3 gyms in central London where we focused on that short, high intensity training. And was one of the first to focus on that, but particularly the weight training aspect of it, and a big advocate of the high fat diet. So I wrote that book a few years ago now. I think that was 2015. And I have a little supplement company, Strong Nutrients. So it's
small but mighty. What I love about Strong Nutrients, and we're going to be talking about protein powders in particular, is that you don't do a huge range. It's very focused, so people don't get confused. If you go to Strong Nutrients, are you strongnutrients.com?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. You really can see what it is that you're getting. You're very focused on creating stronger bodies. Yes. And that's what I try and do. I wrote an e-guide on Earle Wellbeing, which is a stronger, slimmer you. And yes, it's all about weight loss and shaping up, but the focus is not being a skinny mini. Yeah. The first word there is stronger than slimmer. Yeah. Because as our metabolism improves and we get stronger, we burn fat and we're automatically toning up. But there are so many little hacks that you've got that can help.
Yes. Yeah? Yes. And that strength is everything, particularly as we're getting older. The last thing you want to do is get weaker just to be slimmer. There's just no point in it. That strength is everything.
Everything. And you talked about high intensity training, HIIT, high intensity interval training, HIIT sometimes. And I've trained with you in the past and really benefited from that. Why should midlife women be thinking about lifting weights? Because I think a lot of women particularly will think, I'm going to turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm going to get all muscly. I can see that I've got more tone, my arms are actually slimmer and they're a better shape, but I'm lifting quite heavy weights.
Yes. If you could just gain size by lifting weights, I think every boy out there will be over the moon. It's not that easy. Right. It takes a lot of work. So no, there's two big reasons. First is there's a reaction in the body when you lift proper weight. So saying this to a client the other day, you can do movements and isometric movements and they're great. I'm not against it. But lifting either proper weights or full body weight, that resistance, there's a whole shift in the physiology of the body hormonally. And you get this natural increase in growth hormone. It pushes or pulls, if you like, the protein into the whole body, not just the muscle, but the bones as well. So you get firmer much faster. And the other big advantage for us midlifers is insulin. Our insulin tends to naturally, just because as estrogen levels drop, stress levels go up and so on and so forth, insulin levels can be a little bit too high and that can cause the middle to expand effectively. And that either high intensity training and weightlifting are the two forms of exercise that have been shown to help bring it down. So it really seems to
you'll come back. But I should just say, actually, I'll pick up, is that, you can buy heavy weights and you can do your weighted squats, which is I do, and bicep curls and all of that. But you talked about using body weight. So you don't even need any equipment for that, do you? It is about doing push-ups and using that body weight, doing squats, even without weights, just kind of going down and doing your squats. You're using your own body as a weight to improve your muscle tone.
Exactly. It's resistance. It's the push against. Exactly. So and that's what a lot of the TRX is about, where you've got the bands and you're pulling your body weight or pushing your body weight and the band holds you in a position. Because if you think about it, your body weighs. And my favorite line, oh my gosh, from mums used to be, I've never lifted weights before. And then I'd ask them, how many children have they got? And surely at some point they were lifting the children.
Yeah. Well, I actually make a point now, if I'm in the supermarket doing a shop, I will hold my bags and I'll carry them
Yes.
further, to the car or the train or whatever, and actually enjoy it rather than thinking, oh my gosh, I've got these really heavy bags. It's like, right, great, I'm going to get them balanced and I'm going to hold them like this and I'm just going to use that as a bit of weight, workout. And, people do pick
Exactly.
up bags of potatoes
Exactly.
or whatever, and you're doing this. It's just kind of exercise snacking, which is
Yes.
a tip that you taught me, sneaking in those little nuggets during the
Yes.
day so that you don't feel that you have to head to the gym or anything. You're just doing a bit of that weighted work. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly that, exactly that. Because our body weighs and we're doing things every day. The whole point of weight training is to get your body functionally
Yeah.
strong so
Yeah.
that everything we do becomes much easier. And it's exactly that. Lifting bags of shopping, they are weights.
They are
Um,
weights. Yeah.
yeah. And
I've
rather
seen a
than,
couple of questions actually coming on here about prolapse, about gynecologists, obviously, not personal trainers working in exercise, but saying to women, don't lift weights. But presumably that's don't lift weights badly, because, one of the things that Michael Gary, who I train with, always talks about, when we're doing squats and things, the first thing he says to me is pull your navel to spine, set your core, pull up your pelvic floor, get it all tight inside, and then you can do your weights gently. And presumably that would actually help a prolapse, or would it aggravate it? What's your view?
it, I think it should help it. I mean, really help it.
Mm.
I think exactly as you say, it's all about the form. If you're just going to lift a weight badly, don't. Um, there's just no
Yeah,
point. But if you're doing it correct, everything improves. Like
yeah,
all the muscle, the firm tissue, the lean
sure.
body mass gets stronger and better. So, oh my gosh, I totally agree.
These
Totally
don't
agree.
stop. Don't just sit on the sofa and not do any exercise. I was actually interviewing a women's health physio the other day, and we were talking about bladder control, urinary incontinence, leaking, and prolapse. We had that whole kind of discussion. And she was saying how important it is to exercise our muscles. We've all heard of the Kegel exercises. I hope everyone's squeezing right now as I'm talking about this. But it's really, really important. And actually, doing your stomach crunches, doing your weights, doing your squats, that's actually all helping this area as
Yeah.
well. It's not just about, squeezing your insides. It is about getting this whole area kind of firmed up through the weighted
Exactly.
work.
Exactly, exactly. And it supports everything in the long run. I mean, the back,
Sure.
everything gets stronger as well
Yeah.
when you get it right. Get the glutes engaged, get the hamstrings engaged. Oh, no, and posture, everything changes, takes the pressure off the neck as well. It's, yeah, everything, exactly.
Every time anybody mentions that P word, it's like, oh yes, I'm a puppet. I've got my string holding me up. Now you've got some brilliant hacks. So it's not all just about lifting weights and doing exercises. You can actually do things in the kitchen to help improve muscle tone. We'll talk about the protein powder in a moment. I'm a massive fan of adding more protein into our diet as we age. I think a lot of us are running on low to empty when it comes to sufficient protein. What's the science behind that? Why do we need to really focus on protein more as women as we age?
Well, there's all sorts of slight little variations on how much we're losing as we age. My favorite, just simple overview, is it's approximately half a pound of muscle a year from the age of 30 of our lean body mass.
Half
So
a
by the
pound of
time,
muscle
muscle a year.
a
So
year. Okay, so I've
by the
got
time of
30. I've lost
50,
15 pounds of muscle then. So I'm 60. So I've lost 15 pounds of muscle. That's over a stone of muscle has gone from my body.
in theory, I doubt you have because you're doing everything to
I've been
counteract
putting it
it.
back. If I hadn't been, that would have
Yes,
just gone. If I'd done nothing. Obviously, I am
exactly.
working out, but I don't work out obsessively. I do maybe 3 sessions a week. I do a couple of 20-minute sessions where I'm just lifting some weights and doing some push-ups, and then I go out for a run, usually once a week. I mean, that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. That has been enough to change my shape
Mm.
and to make me feel stronger, and also to trigger my metabolism to burn fat faster, which I
Yeah.
also really like.
Yeah.
Um,
And
Go on.
it's you don't need to do much, as in the HIT, I used to call it intensity training. You don't need to do loads to make a big difference.
So using the HIIT, sorry, I lost you
The
there.
HIIT or the weight training,
Or the
but
weight
not loads
training.
of it. But not
Okay.
loads of it. You want
Not
the
loads
body
of
to
it.
build.
That's good. Okay,
Exactly.
I won't do too much exercise then. I'll take your word for it.
You're doing great.
The protein shake, I actually did a little hack on my Instagram, on my Lizelle Me one, actually putting the protein powder into some yogurt to increase the protein, or you can shake it in with kefir. What is so good about your protein powder? Because this one is casein based, and almost all the others that I've seen on the market, they're a bit cheaper, but they're whey based.
Yes.
Why have you chosen casein, which is a bit pricier?
Because it's so slow release. That's the biggest reason. It breaks down really gradually, which means it doesn't have the same effect on insulin. Insulin can stay lovely and steady. Some proteins, if they break down too quickly, it breaks into sugars on the one hand, amino acids on the other, which means there's an insulin spike.
Right. Yeah. I've actually looked at studies online because I've been researching this for a new project.
The body utilizes it.
Okay. Okay, utilise it better. And I've actually looked at studies on PubMed, you know, comparing the difference between whey and casein protein. And casein is definitely considered far superior. And it seems to be more easily tolerated. Quite a few people seem to have whey intolerances.
Yes, I think the body reacts more to whey. I think it's a little bit more, dare I say, kind of like acidic, but I find I don't deal with whey the same way I do casein. The lovely slow breakdown of it also keeps you fuller for so much longer. You can it keeps you going for so much longer.
So I like to have this in the morning. And in fact, I've literally just come in from the train station. I was running. I haven't eaten anything yet today. So I thought I'd wait. I had a bit of black coffee on the train. But I thought what I would do is now this is the scoop. I actually don't use a whole scoop. I might just use half a scoop. Is that okay? I'm going to pop that in my container. And this one I'm using, it's the unsweetened protein shake. So there's really very little in here. If I look at the ingredients, I am, what am I having? Yeah, it's just the calcium calcinate from milk, which is the whey, and some natural vanilla flavoring, and some trimagnesium, which is presumably a good nutrient.
Yes, it's just your little bit of extra magnesium, which helps with the calcium. Yeah,
okay. Okay. And then I'm going to pop I've got some whole milk. I only ever use whole milk. Don't use, and I know you would agree with that.
Totally, very much.
Obviously, you can use plant substitutes, the synthetic substitutes if you prefer, but I'm a big milk fan. I'm just going to shake it over my sink just in case the top comes off. Has been known.
It has. Oh, it's happened to me. It's happened to me, honestly.
And you could make a smoothie with this, couldn't you? You could add a banana into it. You could add, berries if you wanted to change the flavour.
Exactly. You can add in the summer, frozen berries are great. And then you can just add teaspoons to, as you do, yogurt, porridge, anything. The advantage of the advantage of the milk is there's a tiny little bit of lactose in the milk that helps with the utilization of the protein. So it has a little, when you have a tiny little sugar hit, that it helps with the...
Oh, brilliant. I didn't know that. So actually having your protein powder in milk or in yogurt is going to help with the absorption of it, yeah?
Yeah, having it with regular milk, yes, indeed, yes, very much.
Something else I wanted to ask you, actually. Again, something that I get through so much, and so does Kit, bless him. In fact, he's gone off to uni with one of these.
Oh, excellent.
He is gymming. I mean, if you've seen pictures of Kit without his shirt on, I have to say he is ripped at the moment. He's at that age, he's 21, and he's like really into his fitness. He's playing hockey at uni and doing all of that. But something else, which you'll find on my shelf, genuinely here, is creatine.
Yes, Oh, I love it. I love it.
Well, you can tell how much I love it. Look, I've got to order some more, so I hope you've got plenty in stock.
We do. We've loads.
Good.
We've loads.
I was going to ask you, I normally add it to coffee, although I was adding it to kefir at the weekend when I was in Italy at the retreat. Could I add this to my protein shake? Could I pop
100%. Good. Yeah, very much. Very much. That's what I usually do.
And then do you take this every day? Because I must say, I do. It's going in there. Do you have your creatine every day?
I have my creatine every day. Oh my gosh, I do. I'm a huge believer in creatine. And as I'm often saying, I love that over the years, the benefits have just expanded what they're finding, how good it is. And that it's for the
anybody who has any doubt
as well
about creatine. Yeah. You don't have to take our word for it. Go on to PubMed, pubmed.com, which is like, the resource of all academic studies and literature. If you put in creatine, oh my gosh, you will be amazed. From brain health, anxiety, low mood, depression, cognitive function, memory recall, and that's just the stuff that's going on in the brain. But actually, most of us associate creatine with muscle mass and tone and sculpting and shaping the body.
Yeah, it protects the muscle. It's got such benefit, and it's great for stamina and recovery from training. So you do recover that bit faster.
So when would you take it? Do you take it before you're going to do a workout or after, or does it not really matter?
It doesn't really matter. Your body will use it if you take it before or immediately after, but your cells store it. So if you take it morning or evening, so they work at any point of the day. So if you're just taking it every day, even if you're not training, you'll get benefit from it. Your cells will use it and store it, and then they have it there ready when they want to turn it into this ATP, which are those energy molecules that are helping the brain function and helping the energy and stamina. So it builds up a little bit and the body hangs on to it. So any time of the day works. I usually take it in the morning, or if there's any reason I've forgotten to, I'll take it before I train, which is usually for me later in the day, just because I have clients in the morning.
I'm particularly interested in supporting my parents as they age. They're in their mid-80s, thankfully, fit and healthy. But I'm aware, obviously, through all the work that I'm doing in the research into longevity and aging, that they're producing less collagen, their brain function potentially is going to be declining. They're going to have less muscle mass, thinking about my mother and estrogen. She had 10 years when she was not taking HRT, so that she's had a gap. She's now obviously back on it. So could I give creatine to my older parents? Is this something that we can think about for our relatives?
Yes, I've given it to mine. And I asked them, I told them please to take it. Yes, really? Definitely. It's been recommended more and more for older adults. Traditionally, it was always the young lads, the young boys that were taking it, and the 20-year-olds that were taking it with their training and their rugby and that. But actually, the older adults are going to probably get the most benefit out of it, more than any.
Wow. That's really encouraging, actually, because it's simple, it's inexpensive, it's easy, it's flavourless.
Yeah.
It has a very slight flavour in tea and coffee, but not really that you've noticed. I mean, you can use it in yogurt or smoothies. You can sprinkle it on your cereal. I mean, hopefully you don't really eat cereal, but if you do, and I know the older generation, my father lives on cornflakes. It's been when I've been doing a talk. I mean, he must think, I don't know, quite something, maybe it's a sibling thing that he's connected. He thinks, I know Liz is speaking, maybe I'll try and ring him. Too much creatine? That was a question that came in from Corrance.
That it can do, because it's part of a protein. I mean, like anything, you don't overload in massive amounts, but there's no research to show it doing damage per se. It's a food, but like everything, about 5 grams a day is plenty. You can take too much of anything, even at food, if you overeat on it.
Too much chocolate,
yeah, well, exactly. You can overdo on sugar and end up with some issues as well. So keep it to about some say 2 teaspoons a day to load up. Others say 4 teaspoons a day to load up for about 5 days. I usually find that 1 teaspoon a day consistently is plenty. It's plenty.
That's what I use. I mean, you've seen, that's the size of my teaspoon. You know, that's what I use. I don't, you know, measure it forensically, but I just do a spoonful.
A teaspoon's plenty. It's
okay.
perfect. It's perfect.
Okay.
That's your good approximate. But yes, it's one of those supplements. You get it in fish and meat. You get a little bit of nuts. Vegetarians and vegans tend to be a little bit low because it's primarily in fish and meat that we get it.
Okay, so if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, would you need to take a little bit extra of the creatine? And is it safe to take? I mean, presumably it's not animal derived.
No, it's not animal derived. It's not animal derived. So it's very safe to take. And well, you certainly need to take it. Oh my gosh. I think the three groups that will notice the most difference are older adults, as we get, or they get called. I'm not sure. I'm never sure when older adults start, but older adults.
Much older than 60 is all I will tell you. Much older.
Excellent. Older adults and vegetarians and vegans. And then if you're doing proper kind of training, I think you mentioned this in one live and I thought it was great about skipping and you could keep going with it. It's that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Yeah, stamina. Zana, I'm sorry that the wind seems to be cutting out our connection. It seems to be doing all sorts of things, from trees on the line, on the railway track, which I got to Euston yesterday, and there was just this big sign saying, no, your train's cancelled. You know, there's a tree just come down. And it's like, oh, I've got to go to this event and talk. And anyway, made it. But, you know, these things happen. But where can we find you? Thank you so much for our discount. We've got 12%. That's across your whole website, isn't it?
It is indeed. And so it's strongnutrients.com is that for those nutrients. If you want to contact me direct, you can do it through strong or zanamorris.com at Zana Morris. And otherwise, Strong will always connect back to me as well. But yes, so all there and all explained there. And any questions, fire them back, and myself or one of the team we'll get back to you. We'll get back.
I have to say, your customer service is great. And for those of you that want to know more about the protein powders, about creatine, we haven't even talked about Amino Slim, which is something that perhaps we'll do next time, because that's also really super nutrient. You know, you've got all the information. I know that you're so generous with your time and your knowledge. So, you know, and you do welcome direct message and emails from people, and you're happy to pick up. Yeah,
Indeed, very much.
All right, my darling. So you're in the UK, so we might actually get to see each other now. Usually you're in the south of France or somewhere exotic.
Well, I was in Ireland most of the summer, and then came back to the UK to the storms. What happened?
You brought them. That's probably what it was.
Probably.
Well, I'm actually away for a couple of weeks, going somewhere super exciting, which I'm not going to share with everybody right now. I think Lainey will hopefully get that buzzer. That's fine. They all know that I'm doing a live. You see, that's what they all wait. All the delivery guys, they all just go, "Yeah, I'm just going to press the bell now." But I will be back, and then brilliant. I really would like to see you in real life. Okay, maybe we can do a workout section and film it for Instagram or something. That'd be good. All right, darling. I'm going to let you go, but thank you. I'll pick up on everything that you said. It's really lovely to see you.
Thank you. Take care. Very much.
Take care. Bye. You've got to click off on the little square at the top right-hand corner. Hopefully, now it's just me, it's a bit better. Honestly, what is it with this? I mean, I'd like to say this country, but I think maybe it's just the weather, but we just seem to fall apart, don't we? The weather changes and we've got leaves on the track, or it's a bit cold, or it's a bit hot, or whatever. And it's like, come on, guys. Anyway, I hope that you caught most of that. Strongnutrients.com is where you need to head to. Zana is brilliant. If you are interested in shaping up and you'd like to know more about the high-fat diet, then you can find her book on Amazon, Zana Morris, and she's written The High Fat Diet. I know it sounds a bit weird to say that, but it does really work. She knows what she's talking about. She has trained personally hundreds, if not thousands, of midlife women. And yeah, I rate it. So I was using the unsweetened vanilla protein shake, very pure, just casein, magnesium, and a bit of the natural vanilla flavoring. This lasts for me months and months and months. I don't actually use the full scoop. I use maybe a third of a scoop, and I'll stir it into yogurt. I'll mix it into my kefir. I'll put it into my protein shake. This is literally just keeping me going now because it's the first mouthful of anything I've had today, and it is 1 o'clock. And of course the creatine. And this has actually reminded me that I need to go and buy some more. And actually one of the reasons I need to buy some more is that Kit, I think, has decanted a load of this and taken it back to uni in a bag, probably thinking that I wouldn't notice. Well, if you're watching, Kit, I'm onto you. Okay, you can jolly well buy your own. That is it from me for today. You may have noticed what I'm wearing. I feel I'm all in black. I feel I'm a bit kind of matrixy at the moment. It wasn't intentional, I have to tell you. But so this, I'm wearing one of these tracker rings that I've been trying out. I'm actually not convinced. So I am wearing it, but I'm not answering questions about it at the moment because I'm not sure that I would recommend it. And as you know, I don't do a Liz Loves or talk about stuff unless I've really, really trialed it. And I do genuinely love it and genuinely rate it. This is, well, it's not the Aura ring, it's a different one. Anyway, I will talk more about those fitness trackers later. But this, you will probably have seen in virtually every photograph that I've posted in the last, I don't know, month or so. I do genuinely rate it. I'm actually thinking about buying them as Christmas presents because I think it's a bit of tech that does work. It's called the Apollo Neuro. I did an Instagram live with the fab female founder from America. You get it from a website called Health, and I have said that properly, HEALF.com, health.com. Love the guys at Health. They've given us a Liz Loves discount on this product. It's not, unfortunately, across the whole website because their margins don't allow them to do that. But we can get 15% off the Apollo Neuro on health.com here in the UK. Maybe they ship internationally too, I'm not sure. But what I love about it is that it links to your parasympathetic nervous system. And you just literally set it. It's got a little app and you set it here. I don't know whether you can see the light coming on, to do all sorts of different things. So it will calm you down. It will rev you up if you need energy. You can put it on a focus setting. So like yesterday, when I had to go and deliver a speech in the evening, I had this on my wrist on focus mode, and it just made me think more sharply, more clearly. You can use it at bedtime. It's got a fall asleep setting. You can actually set it for 2 hours, and you wear it either on your wrist or you can wear it around your ankle, a bit like a prison tag, and you just set it, and it just very gently has these sonic vibrations that tune in to different pathways, different neurostimuli, that's the right expression. It's highly effective. It was developed by, I think he was at Stanford, professor of neuroscience, and they did so much data looking at how it worked and tracking and proving it. There's a great setting to keep you calm, to stop anxiety. I actually gave it to Brella because she's been quite, public about getting anxiety, particularly when she was a student. And she just thought it was amazing and highly recommended. Anyway, so just that was what I'm wearing. And yeah, I mean, I think they now do one in a rose quartz color, which probably is a little bit more feminine. I might maybe see if I could switch to that because, I mean, the black it's quite a statement, isn't it? It's quite strong, it's quite macho, but I'm not sure I really want to be wearing the black one all the time. But anyway, I do genuinely love it, and you'll find it at health.com. It's called Apollo Neuro. So check it out. They've got a website. You can go to Apollo Neuro and check out all their science. But then if you want to buy it with the discount, then in the UK anyway, you can go to health.com. That is it. Talking about discount, I hope that you've all got this magazine, which is flying out. Gosh, we're very black and white today, aren't we? So this is the first time we've ever done a black and white cover. Quite a strong look, don't you think? It's all about menopause, perimenopause, hormonal health. Not exclusively, there's lots of recipes and beauty stuff in here. So, if you're post-menopause, hopefully there's still a good read and that you can enjoy as well. But you can buy just one issue, so you don't have to subscribe to the whole year of the magazine. If you just want this issue, then we have made it available on the website. So you can just have the one. There's also a digital edition you can download. So if you're watching me globally, can still have access to it. We don't exclude you. If you want the printed copy, we can actually send it all over the world. We just pay the extra postage. So that's your choice. But if you would like to subscribe, today there is a very, very good deal. So I need to tell you about that. So you get 6 issues for the price of 5. So we're bi-monthly. So every 2 months, there's a new issue. Okay, there's 6 a year. This one is the September-October issue, which means that the next one, yes, it's the C word, Christmas. That'll be November-December. So this is September-October. And so you get 6 issues for the price of 5. So we give you a free one. We give you free UK postage and packing. Super generous. You don't have to pay for that. And you get the Life Armour Drops of Vitality as a bonus free. And they're about £23. And I think the subscription's only about 30. So it really is a no-brainer. So if you have yet subscribed to the magazine, all I would say is this is the time to do it. And these are just some of the other covers. Actually, this was February one, for a better second half, which is what we're all about for midlife women. It's very focused on midlife women, unashamedly so. And it's about feeling good. This was the summer one, the feel good issue. And we are now working on the Christmas one. So yeah, lots of good stuff to come. Okay, so next week, I will be with you on Wednesday. So there's been a bit of a change in the schedules just because I'm traveling and doing lots of things. I'm going somewhere really, really fun at the weekend. Don't know if I can say just yet. I'm going to put some little teasers on my Instagram on Lizelle Me. So see if you can guess where I'm going. But I've got some fun things to take with me. I wonder whether I can show you something fun. I think I will. Don't go away. Just going to grab something out of my bag. And okay, so something that I've got in here that might be a bit of a clue, because everyone thought I was walking the Camino. I'd love to go and walk the Camino, but I'm not actually walking the Camino because I wouldn't be walking the Camino in this, would I? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I shall see you live hopefully next Wednesday, but I will be putting stories and pictures on my Instagram. So I hope that you'll join me there. Thank you so much for being with me today. It's lovely to see you all. There's a brand new podcast, of course, going up on Friday. Super interesting. Don't miss that. Make sure that you have subscribed to the newsletter also, which comes out on a Friday. That's free. We just send it to you and you can subscribe. If you don't like it, just unsubscribe. But that's got lots of recipes and podcast links and ideas for the weekend. So I hope you love that too. Thank you so much for all your hearts. Thank you. Really nice to see you. And yeah, I'll keep you guessing just a little bit longer. Morocco? No, but you're close. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.